universe depends on everything fitting together just right. Have one piece.
I'm Barbara Chai with the Wall Street Journal, and we're joined today by Benh Zeitlin and Lucy Alibar. Ben is the director, screenwriter, and composer of Beasts of the Southern Wild, and Lucy is the co-screenwriter of Beasts. Last night at the Gotham Awards, the film took the Bingham Ray Award, and Ben won for Breakthrough Director. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So the film actually, the seed for the film came from a play that you wrote, Lucy, called Juicy and Delicious. So how much of your actual experience do you see in the final film?
I personally see all of it. I know that Ben might answer differently, but to me, the play to the film didn't change emotionally very much. I think we got a lot deeper at it with the Sundance Labs and then developing it with Quivanjene and Dwight Henry. But I think it's always stayed very personal and close to me.
Mm-hmm. And you grew up in the Florida Panhandle, is that correct? So at what point when you two were adapting the film did you decide, and why, to set it in the Louisiana flood zone?
It was sort of the initial, because I think originally we were thinking about making a short film from the play, and then there was another story about South Louisiana, and then it was kind of a moment where we realized that the two stories had this relationship, both being about kind of, her story being about a little girl that was losing, it was about a little boy losing his father, and this story about a community losing its place, and it was sort of the moment realizing that there was this relationship between the two stories where we thought, let's make a film out of it, set in Louisiana. So it was sort of at the same moment when we decided to kind of turn this into a movie.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the aurochs, because it's such a powerful visual and metaphorical role in the film. And I understand that originally you wrote the aurochs into your play. And what was the significance of them?
To me, it was a really early impetus for just writing the play. I mean, it's hard to talk about it having a real allegory to it. It just, I literally just saw these aurochs coming down. And in this play I wanted to write, it was these aurochs coming down from the Georgia clay, coming out to devour these children. And to me, that was how it felt, being the experience of watching a parent approach the end of their life felt like that. I mean, it looked like that. So that was the origin for the play, and then I always remember Ben talking to me about wanting to use them in the movie and having no idea how he was going to do it. I mean, at any point, really no idea how he was going to pull it off, but I was never worried about it. I knew he could do it. I didn't question it, and I don't know if that was a good idea, but I didn't.
Yeah, how did you do it? I mean, when Quivanjene, the star who was 6 years old during the filming, is looking at this extinct ox, I mean, she's actually looking at a green screen or one of your crewmen.
We built a big aurochs head for her to act with there, so that she had something to look at and something to kind of react to, But I mean, it took actually. I mean, I didn't know how we were going to do it either, but I went and visited Lucy's house in Georgia, and she has these two mammoth Vietnamese potbelly pigs that haunt her yard. They can't walk, and they just are sort of sitting there, and they're horrifying monsters.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Vietnamese potbelly pigs.
And I remember seeing them and thinking, these must be what haunts Hush Puppy. It'd be something that comes from her world and something that comes from the way that she lives. And so, we tried to. We brought that sort of same concept to the method of how we did them, and the way that we created the animals was actually by training 5 baby Vietnamese potbelly pigs who we taught her how to wear costumes and trained to walk on treadmills and turn around and sit down and all kinds of other stuff. So, we tried to kind of build it very organically from what we thought Hush Puppy's world would be.
Right. So the DVD of Beasts of the Southern Wild releases on December 4th, and I got a chance to see some of the bonus features.
Oh,
so
cool.
you have the deleted scenes, but you also have some of the audition tapes from these previously untrained actors, right? So Dwight Henry and Quivanjene. What were your first impressions when you saw these auditions?
I mean, I think both of them was. They were almost scary. It was like actually seeing that, that this was going to be possible was almost terrifying. It was like you're talking about making this movie, but then you see suddenly, the universe has come together and you found this prodigy 6-year-old girl who can play this part, and you realize, wow, I'm actually like, it's time to make this film. Like, something has blessed us with her, and the same feeling with him when, because originally with him, we always thought that was going to have to be a professional actor to pull off that role, because we thought it was just too hard for someone without training to do. And same thing. We tried professional actors, and then we saw him act with her, and that was another moment of, wow, we're actually going to do this with all people who have never acted before. And it was thrilling and terrifying, and just incredibly. You feel like the film has some sort of halo around it, or something is taking care of you from above or something.
And I know at a special screening you said that when you made the film, you were so far from any idea of a film studio, a film festival, or the awards circuit, but the film since Sundance has obviously received considerable attention. You have everyone from President Obama to Oprah telling everyone about this film. Is it important to you, though, to try to preserve some of this collective spirit and being with your friends as you go through awards season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would never change if this was a catastrophe or the fact that it's going so well. I mean, just on a life level, it's like the experience of making this film was so wonderful, and just created this incredible family, and I would never want to do it any other way. So I really hope to be working with the same people for the rest of my life.